Being 7 o'clock on April 7th, 2020, I'd like to open the meeting with Bellingham Board of Health. Myself in 40 chair, Vice Chair Trish LeClaire, Member Kelly McGovern, Agent Bruce Wilson, Minutes Clerk Tina Griffin. Welcome Robert, welcome Essie, Beth, Dan, whatever, other guests. First order of business is minutes from March 10th, I guess. So we got to do minutes, right?
Nope.
I lost everything.
Everyone read through it. All right, I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes.
One comment, Kel.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah, health agents report. We mentioned there wiping down surfaces with antibacterial. I'd suggest something more like even Clorox would probably be more antiviral, type cleaners. So I'd probably take out the antibacterial, replace that, Tina, with antiviral cleaners.
Sure.
Go ahead, Kel, sorry.
All right,
There's two sets of minutes there. You got March 10th and March 19th.
all right, we'll do the first one. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from March 10th, 2020 as amended.
Okay, I second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained, so carried.
Okay,
Okay, March 19th. Is that the emergency meeting?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know where the heck that is.
Just looking, make sure everyone's finished reading. Can't tell. Trish, you're all set?
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to approve the minutes from the emergency meeting from March 19th, 2020 as submitted.
Okay, I second that.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, so carried. Minutes are approved. Okay, next thing is coronavirus updates. Central Mass Regional Planning.
Do we have any more cases, Esther, or are we still at 22?
We're still at 22. Nothing new's come in yet, knock on wood.
All right, so as of today, there are 22 cases and 7 have been returned back to work?
10 have been
10,
recovered.
yay.
Yeah, I was
The
able
number's climbing.
to clear a few more today, so we're up to 10 recovered.
That's good, so we're about halfway
That's
done.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the
All right,
22.
going forward,
Right?
Saturday, Esther had circulated the list of the patients and their address after determining we had a case at the Rentham Manor, all hell broke loose. We ended up quarantining both facilities until we could get a better feel as to possible exposure, and then eventually in our emergency session on Sunday released the depot court from the quarantine. But currently right now we are holding the Rentham Manor site in quarantine for 14 days upon further investigation as to what the exposure is going to be, which is going to be quite difficult where the person that was transported is on a vent machine. So we're unable to communicate and get a feel for what the exposure is due to the facility and the close contact, the common areas of the laundry and activities room and the general smoking area. It's almost impossible to determine the numbers that may have been affected. Therefore, we really didn't have much of a decision other than to quarantine everybody and sort it out. If we can get a little further into it and get a better feel for who's been exposed, then maybe we'll be able to back off that number or possibly shorten up the quarantine time that's out there. In your packet there, I've sent out a quarantine based off of the recommended quarantine that the state has offered, and want to try to put that into an order. We're having great difficulty in keeping all of the tenants at the facility because they feel that they haven't been exposed or feel that they aren't subject to the quarantine. And right now, without that order in place, we really have no teeth to it. We generate the order, and under Mass CMR 105-300 and Mass 111-30, it would give us the opportunity to at least issue a fine if they so choose to keep, by trying to go off site. And I'm hoping that the board will ratify the at least the quarantine version of what I'd like to do there. I'm currently working on a stay-at-home policy and then an isolation policy that will follow shortly. But right now, I need to get that quarantine ratified and into the clerk's office so that we can call it an order and follow through with the Mass General laws in order to enforce it.
Okay, Bruce, get that written up. We'll get it together and get it signed, and then you can get it over to the clerk's office. The other thing too is, I guess one of the people that complaining also is now moving frequently to another town.
Yes, one of the tenants has a boyfriend-girlfriend relationship with people at the Medway senior housing, which now generates another whole senior housing complex that's got possible exposure now, which has caused great grief to my counterpart in Medway and their public health nurse.
Okay.
Bruce, I got a complaint today. Someone had sent me a message in regards to the Rentham Manor. I guess they have picnic tables there, and
That's their smoking
they're sitting
area.
at the picnic table. Oh, the
That's
picnic
their-
table is
that's
their smoking area?
That's their designated smoking area. I don't know how you're gonna tell the people they can't smoke. That's gonna be very difficult to enforce.
No, but they should probably, or we should probably put something that shows distance so that they're all not sitting at a picnic table smoking together. It's fine if you're standing and you're within distance, or chairs or something.
They do. A lot of them have their own chairs or walkers per se. I did visit the site twice today and reminded them that social distance is very important, or I'm going to take the smoking privilege away. So I think I pushed as hard as I can on that.
What do you think about maybe taking like spray paint or something and doing the distance ourselves, and then spray painting areas where they can actually put their chairs?
Yeah, on the grass.
Because I mean, you cut the lawn, the spray paint will disappear.
That's a good
So
idea.
it's not like a permanent thing. It's more
Let me
temporary.
keep monitoring, because Monique is out there as well.
Mhm.
Let me monitor it a couple more days and see. I hate to paint the sidewalk, or maybe we could put tape down.
Well, is it on the sidewalk or is it on grass?
I mean, they're capable of setting a chair on the sidewalk far enough away because it's kind of like a intersection of the sidewalks.
Because if it has to be on the grass and we spray paint it so that they know how far they can be from each other. I mean, we're not going to tell people to stop smoking, but
Each time I've gone there, there's probably been 3 people tops.
Can we
mhm.
get another table too, maybe? Spread them out that way, you know?
There's more than one table there.
Is there? Okay.
Yeah.
So then we should be able to.
Well, then maybe put
Right,
something
yeah.
on the table, 3 people per table or something like that. Even that, unless it's an 8-foot table.
Yeah, good point. Monica will be in on our meeting tomorrow at 9. Let's discuss that. I mean, most of you guys are on that morning meeting. Let's discuss with her and see what she might recommend as well, and we'll try to do something for the social distancing.
Yeah, the thing I want to caution,
Okay.
if they're definitely addicted to smoking. If we prohibit outside, the issue is they'll smoke inside the building and we'll
They
end up
can't.
having
It's prohibited.
the fire department responding to a fire. And
There's
Yeah,
no
no.
smoking
You
in the
can't
building.
smoke in there no matter what.
yeah, I don't want that to happen. That's kind of,
It's not even, it's already done, even without us saying that.
okay,
No smoking allowed
right,
in the building.
okay. Anything else, Bruce, on that? Essie, you have anything you want to add to that?
No, I think that's pretty much it until we can find more regarding that case over there.
Right.
Kind of have to stick to this.
Until we can find out her contact.
Well, right.
That people are contacting after she develops symptoms, I guess, or before. That would
Right.
be, you know,
I mean,
Unfortunately, I don't think that we'll ever find that out. But
No.
time will tell. I mean, most of the gestation period, talking with Esther, has been around 5 days. So 5 days from the point of that lady's transport, we should see something if it's going to develop, to be honest with you.
and then
I
the
don't
other-
know. I mean, Esther, I don't know how you feel about that, but I don't know if that they need to be locked up for 14 days. If she hasn't really had any contact with anyone, which it sounds like maybe she hasn't. If Lincoln Pest Control goes in there and disinfects the building, do you think a 7-day window would be okay for them, or should we stick to the 14-day?
I think the 7-day window will be okay. My only concern is Bruce was told that she was outside smoking with some people.
Okay.
So that is what we don't know. We don't know who those people are. That's the issue.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, the surface contact is off of the picnic tables or any of the, the doorknobs or railings in the what we call it, activities area. So I mean, a lot of it's going to depend on what was the weather like, and how long anything may have been on the contact surface that survived.
Right. I don't think anything's living on it more than 7 days, though.
No.
Like plastic, wood, paper.
But the Tri-Valley person who was there was exposed. I mean, it's definitely that she's in quarantine now. If she doesn't have test positive, I'd be surprised. Also, is a smoker and was out there. So it's just multiple sources of exposure going on there that I don't know how we can not lock down everything until we know better.
Yeah, what I would say, if we're at day 5 now, we have 2 more days, it will get close to the weekend. I would say we go through the weekend and then let's readdress this on Monday. That'll
Yeah,
give
I mean,
I agree.
we
over 10 days.
everybody's aware that we can go back and shorten it, but I mean, at this point, we'll stick with the recommended 14 days and then back off as we see fit.
Yeah, I mean, they're over half now, right? Well, not quite.
Yeah, I
Not
mean, it was
quite.
Half in a couple of
she
days.
was transported, I think, Thursday. Said some, or Tricia said some. I mean, I
That's
don't know,
right.
maybe. Yeah.
Thursday, okay, so, we're good there then. Because before we got the notice and before Saturday came about, she was already in the hospital for 2 days.
Yeah.
Then-
She went into the hospital on the 2nd. So
Okay,
I think, again, it's, the issue is we don't know when she became symptomatic. We don't
Right.
know how long she was symptomatic before she was hospitalized. And unfortunately, Monique's cameras are not working, so we can't even utilize that to try to see who she was outside with or who she had contact with.
okay.
But so as of now, anyone she's been in contact with, where she's been, it's at least been 5 days because she went into the hospital
Yeah.
on this bed.
But it should
So
start.
we're
to-
5 days. We're 5 days in right now.
Yeah, so I think we should worry about it on Monday. That way we'll be further in. And if no one develops symptoms, then we can revisit, should we shorten it, you know? I don't want to have another case come up right after you shorten it, boom. You know, it's not going to look good. Yeah.
Well, it certainly spreads like wildfire within this age group anyway. So I think by Monday, if there's going to be someone else, they should have it by then.
I can agree with that, yeah. Okay, anything else?
Is there a system in place for them to report if they develop any symptoms? Because I don't have access to any of those people. Are they being told to notify someone if they develop symptoms?
So that's a great question. I think
Yeah,
if
what do you
anytime,
recommend?
they should be reaching out to the manager of the company, just saying, you know, not feeling good. I have, you know, these symptoms, or for anything. If you need anything, I think that they should be reaching out to them. No.
No,
What's-
I agree. As long as they know who to reach out to, and then Monique can reach out to me. She has my contact information if I need to be involved. But as long as they know that they need to reach out as soon as they develop any symptoms, if they develop any symptoms, I'm fine with that.
I agree. So whatever we're going to send to each one individually, have we done that? I know we're going to write something about washing your hands. This is why we want you to stay in your house. Have we done that already? Because if not,
No,
maybe we can.
that document I emailed over to you late this afternoon.
Okay.
I sent you draft copy, please comment, but that's strictly straight right from the state recommendation. I didn't change any of it. I just, brought it up, put it into a format and send it out.
All right. So before we send that out to the residents, let's talk to Monique and make sure that she's comfortable with saying if you develop any symptoms or need anything, to call the office before we go ahead and do that. Does that make sense?
Yes,
Right? Because we want to try to monitor.
yeah, Tricia went off, I guess.
All right. Where did I
Here we
lose
go.
you?
Now you're back.
You're back. You were off for a moment.
Okay.
So I agree.
all I was saying is before we send that, let's talk to Monique and make sure that she's okay with writing something on there. Like if you have symptoms, or need anything, to reach out to the office, and then Monique can reach out to us.
I'll send that to her tonight and talk to her in the morning before the 9 o'clock.
Perfect.
Okay.
Good.
Does that make sense though? That
Oh,
we
yeah.
were able to keep track of it through Monique?
She's pretty much the contact person there, so
Right.
I believe that's a key cog in the rail.
So right
Okay.
now, they've not been temping, they've not been reporting any symptoms, like on a little dialogue, a little journal. Nobody's been doing anything, right?
I can't say on here what they're saying, Vinny.
Okay, I said, was anybody doing anything like temperatures since this started, symptoms, using the COVID response for symptomology?
We have an active mutiny.
Right. So if we haven't given them anything, then
Right.
day 1 is now day 7 or 8, let's say 8, yeah.
That's why I want to wrap this quick and get it to them.
Okay, fine,
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Okay,
Does it say on there, Bruce? I'm sorry, I should go look at my email. I didn't look at the draft that you had.
Yeah,
Does it
look
say,
at it
like,
and
certain symptoms to look for?
it's Rick. I mean, exactly what the state had sent out, and then obviously we can add to it where we're going to make it our own order. But it's pretty comprehensive.
So it's already what we've already seen then.
Yeah,
right, but
Okay.
we didn't put it in
All right.
place on Saturday or Sunday.
Okay.
So that's
I put it in place verbally, but now here's the paperwork.
verbally, okay, verbally, okay, good.
So I think that's good, but maybe because they're, most of the population is elderly, put some bullet points so that they know what to look for. Symptoms, who to contact, on maybe a separate piece of paper or something.
Yeah, look at it, and it's pretty thorough. It offers contact through the local board of health, through the state agencies as well. And there's phone numbers, and I'll turn around and add in to it the phone number of the board of health, or my direct line at the board of health, one or the other. And then if there's space, I'll add in the town public health nurse contact info.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
I mean, I could even turn around and put in email. Some of those people are pretty computer savvy.
Okay, yeah, I guess we'll have to get on that so we can get this going and get it out. The sooner the better at this point.
Mhm.
Okay. We're all set on that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, next
Thank you.
update, our next thing on the agenda is Earth Day cleanup and updates. Earth Day cleanup is scheduled for April 25th, but
I was going to suggest maybe doing an Earth Day month, since so many people are complaining about, the trash everywhere. Maybe this is an opportunity to have people clean up their yards and their immediate areas on the street. I think we'd probably get a
I
lot
know.
more done anyway.
I know Kelly and I had talked about that in more detail earlier today, and we were recommending, post a picture of what you've cleaned up, and we'll send you a shirt or something. So I mean, put some incentive out there, utilize our social media page, and see if we can't, keep people all fired up. We have quite an audience already.
So I had also thought of even seeing if Home Depot would be willing to donate trash bags like they have in the past. And if someone wanted to sign up to clean up a particular area or around their area, they could still reach out to us and say, I'd like to be I'm interested in doing their Earth Day cleanup. I just need some trash bags. If we take down their name and address, we could drop a couple trash bags off there. And then when it's done, they let us know, and we can let the DPW know where to pick up.
You gotta
Yeah,
make sure that's good with Dan, with
that's
with
what
Dawn, though.
maybe
We
we
don't
could
know
check in with
what's
Dan.
staffed.
Yeah, between us, that's a thought process.
Okay. I'll
and
put
then
that on.
maybe
for
some
tomorrow
gloves
morning.
too. If they don't have, if they have yard glove, if they're doing yard work, they have gloves, but if not.
I mean, those of you who missed the 10 o'clock, Home Depot was our guest today, and they're all gung-ho on, working with the community here and protecting everybody and clean up and everything. So I don't think that would be a problem.
Okay.
The other thing was the shirts were not ordered. And now that we are giving her the go-ahead to do it, now they are still asking us what color. I thought we had determined we wanted the color already to be green, but I could be wrong.
I think it was
Yeah, so
red, green,
so
and
there's many different shades of green. So I guess it's determining which color green we want.
Well, whichever one complements the picture we chose too, right?
Right. And depending who we're ordering it from, they should probably be able to come up with an idea of what color green they think would go good with it.
Now, are we going with one color on the image, or obviously anytime you go with multiple colors, it's multiple screens and the cost goes up.
Mm.
So if you do green,
Either that or just do a white shirt with the picture, because that picture's
Yeah.
got what? 4
yeah,
colors?
white shirt, green and black maybe, or just something like that,
or green and blue or whatever, it was.
I
think it only would have been a couple colors, to be
yeah,
honest.
green and blue maybe.
I think it was like
She
3 or
had
4 colors.
she had green, blue, and I think red.
Okay.
So it'd be 3 colors. I don't know how much that is, but
I'll
But just put it on a white shirt.
I'll see if I can get some.
It's already got the big thing on it.
So what are we doing for sizes?
I would do a light green color.
So on the size of the shirt, the medium, large, half and half, or
half and half, yeah, I think it's good.
Well, we were saying
I think-
50 shirts originally because we usually don't even get that many for a typical Earth Day. But if we throw it out onto social media, we should probably do more. And then maybe limit it to 2 shirts per household, whoever participates type of thing. It's going to go fast. And then it'll be first come, first serve anyway. But What do you think of that? I guess it depends on the cost.
Let me get a cost.
Yeah, let's get a cost on it. I mean, I would like to try to go as close as possible to the image that we had done with the colors and everything. But if it's too expensive, then
We're gonna move fast on this too. It's already,
Yeah. We
well,
lost-
I don't think we have to have another meeting on that, right?
No,
So Laura
no.
can
No.
reach out. I mean, we should be able to have this information within, probably 48 hours.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Yeah, and did they say how long to do the shirts? Do you know, Bruce?
Laura's had all the contact. I gotta,
Kelly, maybe you can reach out to her and ask her how long it'll take.
Laura and Michelle had gone over. Michelle's in tomorrow. I can pick her brain too.
Okay,
And whatever we determine, I'd say half medium, half large.
Okay.
I agree with Kelly.
Yeah, I agree on that. I think that covers, even if it's a little bigger, a little smaller.
And if you get some kids that are, mediums will fit them, even if they're not quite a medium adult, it'll fit.
So it all depends really on whether Dawn and DPW can really, accommodate us on all their, because usually there's a lot of trash. So if they can't, then we'll just tell people, whatever you can pick up that can go into your regular trash. I mean, usually we have, tires and rolls of carpet plate. I mean, they usually pick up a lot of other things that they can't put into their regular trash. So we'll
Yeah,
have
I
to
don't think
let
we
Dawn
would
know
get that normal stuff.
Now, tires you can't put in the regular trash because it's an item you have to pay to recycle.
I know. That's why I'm saying it.
We
Yeah.
have to have DPW involved. We just have to.
We'll ask tomorrow morning during our 9 o'clock.
Yeah, we'll ask Dawn.
Okay.
I mean, we
Okay.
definitely, Kelly, I don't think we could do tires and stuff, especially for,
Well, that's what
trucks.
gets pulled out of Maple Street, Hartford Ave. That's what we were pulling out all last year on on Hartford Ave was tires and
I know, but if we're asking people to clean up if they're cleaning up just in their regular area, we might find a lot of tires.
Yeah.
Let's
Just
text Dawn.
saying.
He's here tomorrow morning.
Good
I
idea.
found this old
Yeah.
couch on the side of the road.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my
I
love
pulled
seat,
this out
coincidentally.
and
Yeah.
there it is.
Yeah,
And
because
that
it's
is my
$5
love
each
seat.
now, so, yeah. Okay.
Good point. Good point. Okay.
We have to
No
think-
large items.
I think Dan said he was going to come out and help us clean up.
Yeah.
Dan,
He did one year.
Absolutely.
Okay, good.
I'll be
He's a
there.
team player.
You having to use some
If
tires?
Dan and I are going to go clean out, you're going to have to do a couple shirts a little bigger.
I'm gonna clean out all the empties out of my garage after this is over.
Okay.
hey Dan, did you see on our Facebook page that I put on how to clean your hands properly and how to take a mask off? Did you see that on our Facebook page?
I did.
That was for you.
Yeah, it was good. And,
And
the
the
gloves
residents,
too.
of course.
We got to do the gloves as well.
Yeah.
The gloves are on there, yeah.
All right, and then and the proper disposal of the gloves as well.
Right, correct. Not on
Yeah,
the
it's
ground.
all there.
Exactly.
Right. I thought it was on
Great.
March.
Great
I didn't
job.
see that. It's on our Facebook page.
Yeah, it's on our Facebook page.
Okay, I'll look tonight.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, and then, I mean, if you all can be on, we'll pick Donnie's brains and see
Right.
if he's on board with that.
So
Tomorrow at 9.
the next item was the T-shirt contest. Congrats to Ava Leclerc. Did we send her?
Nope, we will. I
No.
wanted to let the board know, I'm going to award the second place winner with the design on the back out of my charity, so that we award the front and back that we're gonna do.
Okay.
Who was second place?
Thanks,
I-
Bruce.
Who did the choice on the, what was the girl's name on the back? I can't remember.
Trisha.
Well,
Leclerc.
it was Carol Leclerc.
Was it?
Oh,
Oh, no, I'm saying
I told you
Yeah.
that earlier.
Thanks, Bruce. Thanks for doing that.
Well, I had no knowledge of that, so.
does it pay to know the right person? No. Okay, sorry. Okay.
So I thought Laura was going to get me like a certificate or something so we can present it to Ava, and then we'll give her a shirt, obviously, to thank you for participating type of thing.
No, are we doing the generic gift card? I mean, is that something I can, or Laura can pick up?
Yeah.
with,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, just a regular like Visa card.
Okay.
Like a Visa card, so
Yeah.
she
Yep.
can use it wherever.
Mhm.
Sounds good.
Okay, next item is correspondence update on the April employee calendar.
So
Okay.
Laura's on a limited schedule now, right, Bruce?
I inadvertently gave Kelly my packet of info this afternoon when we met to exchange stuff to the signature. So I'm kind of at a loss on that one. So you'll have to look
Okay.
in your packets.
Well, it looks like she's working 2 days a week.
Who's that? Esther?
Laura.
Oh, Laura. Yes. She's only they cut all the staff back, so she's in on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Michelle
Okay.
has Monday and
I don't think we
Wednesday.
knew that.
And if I was gonna sit with Tim and tell her that I probably need more hours on Laura's part because I'm falling behind.
Okay.
I
was
think
gonna
Monday is
recommend that she at
usually
least
your
put in-
busiest time, isn't it?
You want
Is
wanna
Monday
know the
not your
honest truth?
busiest?
I'm burning the candle at both ends 7 days a week right now. I'm not
Okay.
complaining. I just could use the extra help.
I agree. We can't have our administrative agent not assisting the agent, who's working, like you said, 7 days a week. This weekend was a heck of a weekend.
I mean, you're literally busy 7 days a week right now, Bruce. Like you
Yes.
definitely need all the hands that you can get help.
They're 7 to 5 every day, except for Sunday. Sunday, I knocked out at noon.
Yeah, it's,
I put on the other hat, and I made stuffed peppers Sunday afternoon.
okay. Sounds good.
What kind of complaints are we getting, Bruce?
All right, so complaints. It's that time of year again. I've got 2 chicken complaints, and one guy that we actually sent a letter and a fine. He hasn't accepted the certified mail yet, so I don't know if it's coming back or maybe we'll have to serve him. He was given 21 days to comply. He's probably got another 7 days to go, but he has still not curbed his chickens. The chickens are at large, and they're really irritating the hell out of the Rosewood restaurant people.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm possibly gonna talk to the animal control and catching the chickens, and I don't know what you're doing with that point. I don't know.
Well, so are they in danger? Like, are they going into the main road? What's happening with that?
They're going on to the parking lot of the Rosewood and defecating, and all of his customers are walking through it.
Yikes.
Not
Yeah.
good.
So that's what we need is chicken poop in the middle of his restaurant, right? Not that it's all takeout at this point, but still.
Yeah, I think that place has been a previous complaint, so.
Do they have a permit?
No, actually, the
No.
permits are no. The permit isn't really due until the end of this month, but it's closing in fast. And I'm gonna look at what we have for permits and send reminder letters out. I also have a complaint down on Irving Way. Actually, 2 households down there. So I've got to go down or somebody can get down there and try to get a feel for what houses are coming from, because they're loose and out in the street.
So that's, I think, when you can get Tracy involved is when it becomes a nuisance like that and people aren't responding. Did you already reach out to them or?
Not yet. I was just.
All right, let's delegate
I mean,
that one.
we're gonna have to catch them and dispose of them somehow.
We might
Well,
want to just put them
basically-
in our own yards because we need eggs. They're
You want some
hard to
chickens?
get.
All right.
Don't just
Kelly said she'd
dispose
help
of
me
them.
catch 'em.
There's people that want them.
Kelly's gonna chase them, and I'll throw a bag over them.
Oh, God.
Call me Rocky Balboa.
Grab them by their feet. They fall asleep.
As long as we don't put chicken coops behind the town hall. Free
Let's
egg.
delegate that one to Tracy.
Yeah, I
She can
agree.
help us.
What
All right.
do they? I mean, typically, what do they do? They catch them with a net. Any thoughts on that?
I don't know. Mike and I ran after them once, but we didn't get lucky. They go.
So
through
they're
it. You got to go over it.
It must have
they're
been him.
they're usually afraid of shadow. So if you grab like a piece of cardboard or something and you hover over them, they get scared, and you can kind of get them to go wherever you want them to go.
All right, let me know what that is, because I want to definitely catch that on video.
See, I would have never known that, Trish, but, oh well, chicken
It's
behavior.
true.
We learn something new every day. Okay.
Yeah.
So
All
Jason,
right, so you're gonna reach out to Tracy if you can't seem to
Okay.
get the people to respond to you.
okay.
But I mean, I short of, I don't know, do you want to issue a second fine? I mean, it's just an ongoing offense. The fines can be issued daily, but. Yeah,
I'd
think
say
on
if he
that.
doesn't respond in the time period and he doesn't take his mail, you have to use a constable, and then I would issue another fine. 'Cause we're gonna
Okay.
pay $35 to issue a constable to issue a letter for it. So, and he still has, or she has to go back to each house, knock on the door every time, see if he has to get the person home. He can't leave it in the
Well,
mailbox.
I think you'll find their home. I mean, there's vehicles in the driveway. The stay at home.
Correct.
Obviously, they're
Correct.
not essential personnel because there's 2 vehicles in the yard.
Okay. I was just gonna say, the chickens are loose, the owners may be loose, whatever. So, next item of business is,
Oh, wait, is that the only complaints, Bruce? It's just chickens?
Chickens and
food.
We're getting food complaints, right? We're getting some food complaints on produce.
Right.
yeah, some food complaints. I think Vinny and I are going to circle in on that one. I did get one bed bug complaint over at the Charles, which I called and kind of gave him a little bit of the riot act and said, listen, you really put me in a bad place at a bad time. I said, I don't really want to be the bad guy here, but get an exterminator in there or I'm going to come over and find you.
Bed
So
bugs, right?
they have a exterminator scheduled for Friday.
Okay, that's good.
It's a brand new tenant. The tenant's been there a total of 2 days. So it's very possible the tenant brought the bed bugs with them, but go figure. I don't know if they were there or whether she brought them in.
Right. That's possible. Okay. So, anything else, Bruce, on complaints?
Just people timing out. Anybody who's congregating. Somebody calls me, I go down and break it up.
Okay.
I was down at the Honeydew this afternoon. Went in with the truck lights and badge and told them to break it up and leave. That they were violating Governor Baker's stay at home, and it's only takeout at this point, that they shouldn't be congregating.
Were they waiting for takeout? Probably, right?
No, it's drive-through. There's no, it's
Oh, it's drive-through. Okay.
no
fine.
takeout. It's drive-through only. Like the only place that has counter service is the Dunkin' Donuts on the Franklin Town Line there at the Ready Gas or Speedy Gas, whatever you call the place.
How about Rosewood? They have it too, right? We had gotten
Ro-
it resolved.
Rosewood, the complaint was that he thought that the people were congregating. When you go by there, he has 4 employees, so there's 4 cars in the driveway.
Okay.
I went there. The people stand in line, but he doesn't allow any more than 6 people in the lobby. He has a PA intercom system, so if there are a lot of people, he tells them to go sit in the car, and he pages them when their food's ready.
Okay.
I circulated pictures to you all, so I think you saw that he had the safe social distance taped out on the floor, and it looked like he was on top of it.
Okay, Bruce, let's you and I do, since it's one market right now only, I believe. Let's do that Thursday.
Yeah, let's give him a little time. I'm not too keen on going into that store, Vinny.
Okay.
All right, I told you earlier what's going on over there, and I don't want to make a panic here, but I think I want to avoid the market basket for the next few days.
Okay. So next item is food inspection reports. Robert.
I don't have any new ones as I haven't been doing any, but didn't know if
So that said,
we kind of put that on hold, but I mean, if he wants to go out and verify that the takeout people are wearing the proper PPE, that's fine. I did have a couple complaints I had him follow up on, but I think once they see one of us come through the door, they usually snap too, right, Ram?
Yeah, there was the one Subway that I went to that I know that there was a complaint about the glasses being dirty, actually where the food was, and then the trash. But by the time I came in, they were working on the trash and cleaned everything else up.
but the only issue now with the food reports, technically you're still prepping the food in the kitchen and making it for takeout. So you really haven't lost much other than the tables being cleaned, the utensils and glasses and dishes being cleaned for a sit-in restaurant. Everything else is probably 70% of a food operation. If you're basically make from scratch, other than maybe a Subway, which is a little less intense, you're really prepping a lot of food. And so you'll only poison a certain group of people if there's something wrong. That's the takeout group.
Yeah.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like it's, it means like, oh, because of COVID-19, we're doing no more food inspections. That doesn't make sense. If you're on
I
the
had no-
agenda now, you
I
don't
had
have
no problem going out
to
and
in
doing
there,
them.
but you got to do everything else.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. Anybody else chime in?
The positive thing is we're not getting any complaints at all about establishments that
Okay.
are giving out food. It's mostly been Market Basket and some of the quality of the food coming out of there, but it's mostly been produce. But I haven't seen anything on social media or any calls coming in as far as, not wearing gloves, which is, I think, an excellent thing. We get more when this wasn't going on.
Well, I think that part of that might be because no one's inside.
Yeah, but good point. All right. Yeah, good point.
Okay.
Yeah, no, nobody's inside to see what's going on.
To see if they're wearing gloves or not. Yeah, it's all takeout.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll be
Got it.
trusting till we get a food poisoning or something like finds a fingernail and the fake nails, whatever.
No, it was a screw. Wasn't it a screw or something? Or a
screw.
staple or something? Yeah.
Staple. Yeah, it was a staple.
As long as we don't find a finger.
Yeah, well, hey. It's extra meat. Right, okay. Bill, we have Tech Pro publications. How are we doing these?
I got them right here.
He's got him right there. If you guys all vote, are we capable of doing one signature? Or if Kelly signs, I can pick them up in the morning and get them over
I
to
have
Vinny.
to go to Holliston tomorrow. I'll drop them off to Trish, and then Trish can drop them off to Vinny. Does that work?
Okay.
That worked.
Okay. All right. So I'd like to make a motion to approve payment to Tech Pro Publications for $303 for the Earth Day ad that we put in.
Okay, I second that.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, abstained, so carried.
All right. I'd like to make a motion to approve payment to WB Mason for office supplies for $47.36.
All right, I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
I
Opposed, abstained, so carried. Motion.
I also have the tobacco reg that we redid. Trisha just needs to sign this one, okay? So I'll put this with your stuff, Trish,
Okay.
tomorrow. All right, and now we got plans.
One more. I was able to locate a place where we could get masks. So I've ordered, and the order has to be a minimum. So I've ordered 1,000 the K95 mask and 2,000 of the disposable surgical masks. Those are minimum numbers, but I did find a place where we could get those, and that will come out of that emergency funding grant that we just got.
Perfect.
Good.
Oh, how about we make a motion on the tablet for Bruce as well, because he's
Yeah.
gonna need that on site as well as these Zoom meetings if he's not in the office. That should be part of that fund as well.
Yeah, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah,
I'm
go ahead, Cal.
using my
All right,
personal one.
I'd like
So
to make a motion to approve the purchase of a tablet. for
iPad.
Bruce. An iPad. sorry.
iPad tablet. Yep.
iPad
All
tablet.
right, so do we need to put like how much we're approving it for, or?
How much do they go for,
How big,
Bruce?
or-
Up to 1,000?
I mean,
How much do they go for? I don't even know.
I've got to get some price. I figured Amazon would be the cheapest. I want to say it's going to run about $1,000, maybe a little more, a little less.
Okay.
So what, up to 1,000 or up to 1,200 be on the safe side?
Yeah,
I would say,
yeah.
I would say up to 1,000 would be fine.
Okay, up to 1,000.
Dan has his hand raised.
Yeah, Dan, go ahead.
Can we make sure that Bruce has a very good microphone with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it doesn't
You can hear
echo.
me good here, right, Dan?
Yeah, actually, it's good there.
Yeah.
I've got the Wi-Fi right next to me. In my
There you go.
office, the Wi-Fi
that's
is
probably
on
why,
the
yeah.
far end of the building, so I got a very terrible signature there.
We get a
All
little
right.
reverb sometimes. But,
I
That's
think
all.
I think Karen's looking at putting a booster in that end of the building.
All right, perfect.
Yeah, we can do that.
Speaking
Okay,
of
so
tablets,
Kelly,
there
you
any-
made a motion yet? Or did you make a motion yet, Kelly?
I made the motion. I'm just waiting for Trish to second.
Okay.
Yeah, I second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstained, so carried. Okay, Bruce, get a tablet for $1,000.
Before you start plans, Robert wanted to chime back in if that's okay.
Yeah, sure, Robert, go ahead.
speaking of tablets, is there still talks of, or did it happen, the electronic forms for the food inspections on the tablets, just to kind of streamline things that way too?
Good
You
point.
want to look at two?
No, he's saying, did the form, is it like a, what do you call, like a purchasing Word or Excel? You want the form beyond the tablet? Or you want another tablet?
I knew that there was talks of getting tablets back in December for food inspection, so I didn't know if that was still the case.
The
We can do that
building
because we have a
department is
lot of
up and
money in
running,
the food.
but we
Food
still
budget.
haven't ironed out all of the permitting details yet, but it's shortly coming. And then at that point, the tablet would be beneficial for Rob. So I mean, I can look at it and get back to the board. Another thing that Kelly and I, just to change topics for a minute, was looking at where we're in this COVID-19 crisis, meeting once a month is probably not covering all of our needs, that we may want to go to a meeting every Tuesday or every other Tuesday while this is going on, and then revisit that once things level out, where it's through Zoom. Obviously, it would involve some of Jim's input and time, but that was a discussion that Kelly and I had. I just wanted to bounce it off you other two and get your thoughts on that.
Only through the coronavirus time. I mean, I think it's pretty important that we kind of meet, don't you?
So what do you think? Every 2 weeks or every week on Tuesday? Let's just keep it Tuesday because it's a nice schedule for our normal meeting.
Yeah, it's because Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday are busy for many. But Tuesdays
Oh.
work for me.
Wednesdays because I'm not doing family COVID-19 association.
Yeah, whatever. TMI.
Yeah, okay.
Tuesdays work.
So I'm on call for work, so I mean, that can happen at any given moment. So I may or may not be able to be there.
And it may be really quick meetings as well. It's
I
just
mean,
kind of-
we might be all 10 or 15 minutes on a couple of them.
Right, we
Yeah.
would
Right.
have a full agenda.
Yeah, so whatever you guys want to do, it's fine with me.
Kelly, what do you want to do?
Let's do that through this time, only because we really got to speak to each other, and it's not, we can't do it, all three of us, unless it's a scheduled meeting. So I think it's
Correct.
important that we do it instead
Okay,
of Bruce
yeah,
going to each
definitely.
one of us.
Yeah,
Let's do
weekly.
it weekly. Bruce, can you get that posting? We'll do a weekly meeting, 7 o'clock, and you can set it, I don't know, if it doesn't have to have an end, just leave it at 7 or
7 to
7 to 8.
7:30 or something.
It should
Yeah.
be done by 8 o'clock on any given night.
Tina, is that okay with you?
I'm sorry, did you say every week?
Yeah.
Okay. Tuesday, the 21st, I'm going to have a finance committee meeting through Zoom. So that one I won't be able to do.
Jim, are these recorded that she can go back and look at it, or?
Yep, yeah, I'll give Tina access to the recordings. We put them in a Dropbox,
Right.
so Tina, you can get them for minutes.
Does that work, Tina?
And they're more than likely to be really quick, Tina. I mean, a lot of it's just to deal with issues that pop up, which seem to be more frequent than we want, but
Normally, my finance meetings are on Mondays, and it's not an issue, but Monday the 20th is a holiday, so we're going with Tuesday, the 21st.
we could always do one other night that week, and then
We could do Monday maybe if you want. Well, no, it's a holiday. Okay, no mind. Whatever.
Well,
I'm sure we can adjust it as needed.
I'm sure we can adjust. I mean, it's a lot simpler where we're doing the Zoom when everybody's at home.
Yeah.
I mean,
We can
I
even
don't
do
mean
like,
to speak for everybody, but
All right, Lou,
Jim,
you want to
got
do
any
these
thoughts on that,
plans?
Jim?
And I know that Rob wasn't finished asking something about pre-inspections, but I know the conversation got away.
Yeah,
That
I
never
didn't.
happens, Tina.
I didn't know if the pre-inspection was done on Sandy's. When I drove by the other day, it looked like they were open. I had seen.
I
a bunch of
did
cars
that.
out front. Okay.
I took care of that, Rob. So they're good. I went in there. I would circle back once they've been open and their ice cream machine, the soft serve is up. They're gonna have an inspection on that. But I mean, other than that, everything was good. All the temps in the cabinets were good. What they're offering in their menu and stuff, I went through that. Looked at the three-bay sink and everything was very good and everything was clean and orderly. So they're good to go for a short period, and then we can revisit.
Yeah, that's great. It was just I had a schedule from what I think was originally quoted, so I just wanted to make sure.
Okay, thanks, Rob.
All right, can I go to the plans now?
Yeah, let's go to the plans.
I got the plans.
I had Teresa first.
Want me just to read it? Want me to just read the waiver off?
Yeah, Kelly has the little cheat sheet on what we need.
Yeah.
Oh, Jim pulled it up. It's on our
Yes,
screen.
that's not Teresa though.
Pretty
That's
cool.
that is Linwood.
Linwood. This is,
That's it right there.
that's Teresa. Okay, good. Got it. Okay.
Jim's the
That's
man.
fantastic. I
I
know.
know.
right?
We never have to go back in ever again. This is all we need. This is it.
No, oh, by the way, the
We just need this
PDF
and
come
Jim,
off
and we're
the
good.
large. The PDF comes off the large format printer that's in my office that I did put on our capital list of things we want to purchase.
Really
So,
good.
just, make mention of how well that really works and how nice it is, and see if we can't get capital to approve that a little quicker.
I agree. You should meet.
I know that would benefit multiple offices here, including Jim's office.
Yep. Okay. It'd be much better than you having to use yours.
All right, so let me make a motion for Teresa Road to approve the septic plan review approved by our agent. The waiver for, let's see, 310 CMR 15.4051B, or is that an H? I can't tell. I think it's a B. To allow 4 foot of cover over the SAS where 3 foot is required. System will be vented to supply oxygen to the field.
Okay, I second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstained, so carried. Okay.
All right, Linwood.
The road is set, 346. When we get to, what's the next one? 11, not Linwood.
11 Linwood was next on the list.
Okay, let's do Linwood.
Linwood, all right, waiver, let's see, I make a motion to approve the septic plan review for 11 Linwood Avenue, Bellingham. The waivers required are 310 CMR 15.4051B, request 4 foot setback to foundation where 20 foot is required. Wow, that's a big difference.
It is.
310 CMR 15.4051E, request 10 foot offset to wetland where 50 foot is required.
That's the
Two
big one.
forms, yeah, 2 forms of treatment, fast tank and pressed by,
Presby.
I said, oh, Presby, sorry, Presby and I can't read
Enviro.
that.
Yep.
Enviro trenches, TR.
Yes, the Enviro trench. It's that. It's like a 1 foot diameter pipe with the treatment fabric around it.
So those are big, those are really big adjustments.
Yeah, let me
So,
go through.
Let's ask Vinny what his thoughts are on this one.
Well, I was involved with this back in 1999. So it was hard to get conservation to come 50 to 10, but they did it. And that was a green system. It's like green, they slide out filters. They're full of like a green jelly or special stuff. But as Bruce said, since it only lasted 21 years, possibly effluent was getting through. It was not being on a maintenance plan, or the maintenance people were not that good, because this system should have lasted a lot longer. Because technically these type of tech systems, they usually can have clean water coming out the other side if it's done right. But obviously it did.
The fast treatment tank.
The fast, yeah. So
Where
I
is
kinda like
Linwood
Presby's
Avenue?
a lot. We've used Presby's at Box Pond. We've used Presby's at other places, and you know they have a pretty good background in showing and proving stuff. Some of the other companies may have had it, but the proof of the pudding is, are you rebuilding them in 20 years when you should be going 30 and 40?
This is near water? I can see the
Near a
wetlands
filled-in
there.
land. It's all filled in with sand from the highway department in the 60s and 70s. So all of Linwood is a man-made street and man-made lots.
I'm trying to picture where Linwood Ave really is.
You go down Westminster,
Okay, down, all right.
right
gotcha.
on Lawrence or Andrews or Prospect Street. Those three
Okay,
streets dead end into the backside.
okay.
This one's
Got it.
not near the Blackstone side, near Freeman. It's all the way the other end. The first street
Okay.
that comes off of Westminster. That will hit Linwood. It's a big horseshoe, I guess, if you want to call it.
That's a good size system there. Oh, that's because, it's a two family.
It's a two-family, but it's 4 bedrooms. So
Okay.
it's really not as big as you think. It's high water table, so the system is more spread out than, because we can't take advantage of the depth. The fast tank provides a 70% potability, leaving the tank, and then decided to use the Presby to try to utilize as much a treatment as possible. So by the time the effluent's actually getting into the ground, it's almost close to drinking water quality. So I felt this was a pretty good solution based on what they have. The previous system, it was pretty much in the same footprint, although I think the Presby is going to offer a better treatment level. It's, you know, considering what we have to work with, it's probably the best we're going to get with it.
And the other thing, Bruce, that was a 3-family originally. And when he proposed a single family, and then he came back and changed it, he said, well, I have another family member. So it became a 3, went to a 2. So maybe that's it. Maybe it was single for a while, then it went to a 2-family. But I'm not sure. I'd have to check with planning on how they did that. But conservation was against it, but, you know, under the repair law of 1995, you cannot remove a house that was a house. You can downgrade from 3 families to 2 or 3 families to 1. That's certainly better, less to treat, right? Less people. So
now on the perimeter of the Presby sand, there's a 40 mil poly barrier that wraps so that the effluent won't go out on a hydraulic, you know, a pyramid type of thing. It's going to hit the barrier and go straight down. So it won't migrate towards the wetland as quick. And that was the other reason I wanted to go with the Presby, because of the Presby sand tends to wick the water away versus having it free flow through like a stone and trench type of system. So I think, you know, all around, that's probably the best fit that's in there. The 40 mil literally wrapped almost 3/4 of the way around the field. The close proximity to the building is also got a retaining wall. So that would prevent effluent of, you know, typically the spacing there is to allow for that gradient or the pyramid type of effect. So the poly and the retaining wall there will keep anything from getting into the foundation or into the basement.
Mhm.
yeah, I don't have any problem with it.
Did
Like I said-
conservation approve it already?
Their hearing is well, they probably got rescheduled, but their hearing is coming. It is up for a hearing. If we approve it, I'll talk to Ann and possibly sit in on that meeting with conservation to go through it.
Okay.
Yeah, they usually want us to improve it before. I don't like to do it the other way because they're thinking if they do it and we don't approve it, obviously we're going to approve it, but you know, we want to keep groundwater in its area, same place, treat it as much as physically possible and chemically possible. And that's what the Presby will do. And I'm going to say now, this is an improvement over what was there. And what was prior to the 21 years ago system, it was simply a pipe into a cesspool right into the wetland. So,
Oh, wow.
Also, so the board knows, this is Margaret Bacon's plan, civil site. Margaret, myself, and Ann met in my office, and we put our heads together as to what we thought was going to be the best solution. So, I mean, they got a heads up that this is what we're proposing and what's coming.
good. So it should not face any trouble with conservation.
I
doubt it, right?
It looks like it's the best system for that property. I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything else that could be done there.
No.
So what
considering
choice?
the level of treatment that we're putting into it, it's much better than what was there.
And
Did
under
it be-
the innovative technologies, And under the 95 septic law, you can't remove a house. You know, you cannot say you can't have a septic system because everything is 150% better than a cesspool, which was there back in 1995. So,
The fast tank removes is also a nitrogen removal type of system, so that you're not getting you're not putting a lot of high grade effluent into the ground. It's all treated. We're taking out the BOD and the nitrogen. If you're not sure what it is, I'll explain it to you. We can all sit together.
yeah, I think, like I said, this is better than the existing system we had there. Not the cesspool, but the existing innovative technology. That was designed by Mike. I did the wetlands for the site. I'm curious to see whether the wetlands now line up with the new wetland or whatever. They may just use the old one.
No, actually, Margaret is a wetland scientist.
Okay.
If you notice the plan, she's double stamped it.
Okay. Okay, great. So I don't have any problems with Kelly. Like I said, it's going to be a lot better. I like the Presby. That wasn't either available in Massachusetts or people weren't using them. They weren't they used a different system. So this we've used in town quite a bit, Box Pond and a few other places, like Hiawatha.
Yeah, 72 Box Pond has actually not 72, 35, 30, actually 53, 57 has the Presby system in it.
Yeah, I know we've got quite a few Presby systems out there, so.
There's another one up there, Bruce, too. I forget where it is, but I don't know, but it's.
72 was 72. We did another fast system and pressure dosing, utilizing I forget what those little units are called. It's like an underground sprinkler system.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, well, anyway.
So I think we need a sec. Did we get a second on that one? You have to unmute yourself, I think.
Trish?
Okay,
There she is.
I second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed, abstained, so carried. Okay.
Okay. Next one
Well,
is,
next one, go ahead, Cal. But I have a problem with one thing. I want to just ask Bruce. Let me ask Bruce a question first.
okay.
Sure.
The standard LP Quick 4, is that, what do you call it? The heavyweight infiltrator or is it a light one?
It's a heavyweight.
Okay, good. Because when I saw the standard LP, I wanted to make sure it was like close to schedule, probably not 40, but I wanted to make sure it was a thick wall and that the ribs have supports within them.
Yeah, the new unit has the 2 internal supports, and the ribbing is the heavy duty.
And the only other thing is when they put these in, they do know not to push the whole infiltrator since it can't be crushed right into the sand. So there's no what we call dome within the inside.
This is this plan was done by Seth. Brian Cook is usually the installer on it, and Brian's very well versed in these projects.
Yeah, Brian's done a couple others. Okay, fine. Just wanted to make sure. Okay.
Who was it?
Problem, Cal, go for it.
Seth LaJoy did it? Is that what you said?
Seth drew it.
Okay.
And
All right.
Brian will be the installer.
Okay. All right, so I'd like to make a motion to approve the septic plan review as reviewed by our health agent for 443 Center Street in Bellingham. 310 CMR 15.4051H, reduction and separation between
This was a separation between groundwater, right?
Yeah, I can't read your writing, so forgive me.
I'm
Between
sorry. It's
SAS and high groundwater to allow 3.5 foot to groundwater where 4 foot is required.
He was close. I mean, almost made it, but.
Yep.
Okay, I second that.
Okay, all those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, abstained, so carried. Okay.
Just so the board knows, when I'm out doing the perk test, I actually pick the engineer's brains out there, and I say, what are you thinking? What are you gonna do here? And we usually go through, a whole drill of what we do and anticipate and picture what's gonna be there, so we have a feel for it. So when they come in for these waivers, it's usually discussed and what's probably the best waiver for the property before they even put pen to paper.
And then Bruce's skill as an engineer, designing stuff like this, you know, it's an advantage because, you know, he's working with people that are doing the same thing he was doing. So, you know, kind of like that. But anyway, that's it. Thanks, Bruce.
Thank you.
All right, so I think that's everything.
Okay, so
Tricia, you want to do the honors?
The good and welfare, let's just say a
Oh.
quick prayer for all of these people that have been,
Nice try, Cal.
that have conducted our positive case, that they fare through it well, and that we don't have any deaths. I did notice today, and some of the other states there, that there actually were a number of deaths in Massachusetts, and they're starting to get close. Market Basket had a death of one of their employees at their Salem store. They do share their personnel, so I'm sure that they're really going through their personal relations type of people to, you know, generate better or more safer conditions for their staff. But it sure hits home. And then Trish mentioned that Milford had its first death today, so let's say a prayer for all these people, keep them safe. Hopefully they fare through it all. It's an ugly disease.
Yes.
it is. So Trish, you get the honors.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
I second that.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Stay
Yeah,
safe,
right.
everybody.
Okay, see you.
Bye.
I look forward
Bye,
to all your
thank you.
faces
See you in the
tomorrow.
morning.